Hey guys, and welcome to the Captain Fizz Mask Guy Show. This is the part of the show where I get to do the intro because Captain Fizz absolutely sucks at it. Tonight we will be talking about Intercon. We will be talking about Star Wars. Captain Fizz will find something to go off and to talk about while I do social media. And I don't know, we're going to do a bunch of other crazy stuff because that's what we do around here. So sit back, relax, listen to some music, and we'll be back in a minute.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Captain Fizz and Mask Guy Show. Yes, I do suck at the intros.
You do. You absolutely suck at the intros.
Especially after last week. So I'm fired from doing all intros.
You are fired.
I usually am the one guy who's kind of ranting afterwards, which is my specialty. I like ranting.
You rant and you rave like a true Newfoundlander. No, okay. That's
I actually have nothing to rant and rave about today, which is kind of really sad. Other than the fact that Winnipeg weather sucks. I think
this really has. This has been an absolutely weird day. Hey guys, I am that mask guy. I think I already did my intro, and if I didn't, oh well. I
don't think we need introductions anymore.
I'm not even sure.
We're like Pinky in the Brain. Like you don't have to say our name. Okay. You know who we are.
But which of us is Pinky? Which one's is the Brain?
I'll let you think about that.
Okay, stop.
You can be Pinky.
Jay Brian, what are we gonna do tonight?
No, we're not doing that part. So I guess, damn it, I almost swore. That's kind of bad. I'm actually looking at some of the comments, and
we already got comments.
There's a rumor that I'm actually just hearing here for the UFC of John Jones being stripped of the UFC title for steroids. If that is true, I'm not entirely surprised, and that kind of sucks because that would be the second or third time that he's been stripped of something. But we're not going to get into that because if that's true, it sucks for the UFC and blah, blah, blah. So this is actually our last show before Intercon, which is starting this Saturday. It's going to be a very, 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 very busy weekend.
Can you say very?
I can. We can actually say that on Saturday at 11 o'clock, or roughly around that time, depending on people's schedule and how busy things actually are, we have an interview with, oh my lord, I literally have been saying it all day, and now it's just on the tip of my tongue. The voice of... Oh my god.
Okay. I'll stop my social media stuff for a minute here.
I've been saying Richard Newman. The voice of Rhinox.
Richard Newman. Yeah, I have a picture of him right here.
I am ashamed that I actually forgot that. I've been saying that name for the last couple days, talking about Intercon and all this, and I guess the more you say it, the more you tend to forget things, and there's kind of the ultimate brain fart. Which sucks. So, yes, the Intercon is the Transformers convention. So we'll have Richard Newman on our show at 11 o'clock on Saturday. And then there's some other things we are currently working on, some collaborations with people, which will make the weekend even more exciting, and a lot to do on our Facebook. So, while we're at it, you might as well check out our Facebook.
So go off and check out... you can either look up Captain Fizz and the Masked Guy or the Masked Man. By searching there, you'll see a bunch of shenanigans as normal on there. So go check that out.
It will definitely be the place to be on Saturday and Sunday.
And of course, make sure you also go off and check us out on Twitter as well. We will do this again at the end of the show, but you can always follow the show at FizzMash Show. Follow me at that mask guy, and of course follow the captain
At real CAPT Fizz, at real Captain Fizz. Don't take away my shtick.
No,
That's my
Never.
favorite stick.
that's your only shtick.
That is my only stick. The dog stole the other one.
And there we go. Okay, so I'm actually done with the social media.
Okay, we are done with social media. So, as promised last week, we're still going to do this towards the end, but we do have our final draw for Entercon. We already gave away one last week, which was Angela Park. So,
Congratulations again to Angela
Yes.
Park. And
we'll make it radio worthy.
Yes,
Again.
yes. Yeah, shall we shall. Or something like that. I have no
Something
idea.
like that.
Why am I still talking like this? All right.
I don't know.
sorry, I gotta take a drink.
Yeah. You go right ahead and do that. So it's going to be a really busy weekend. There's a lot going on. Our Facebook is definitely going to be the place to be. Live videos, the interviews, as well as pretty much sharing everything that goes on during that weekend. And there's a lot.
And not to mention the fact that we are doing our ghost pepper chicken wing contest.
7-Eleven
7-Eleven ghost. So
which means it's like half the hotness.
I don't know. This might be the dumbest thing that you and I have ever went off and decided.
I could think of a lot of dumb things that I've done in my life, and this might be in the top 5.
I'm just thinking this is the dumbest thing that we've ever done on the show.
On the show, yes, but
And again, this
Yeah.
will be on our Facebook. I'm hoping to get a lot of people to film this because I would like to have this posted on YouTube, eventually on the website. We might go up and post this on Twitter as well. So this video is going to be everywhere. I want to try to make this viral.
I apologize if we puke.
I don't know. Are you sure you want to do 10? We can always just do 5.
I thought we agreed on 15. That's the even worse part. We are a sucker for punishment. But
Well,
hey,
you're definitely a sucker for
as long
punishment.
as I'm able to drink a beer at the same time, I'm okay with it. I don't care if it's warm beer, as long as it's not, kokanee or some other,
I had
beer related.
My brother-in-law. We went to Folkorama on the weekend, and it's a big festival here. It happens.
It's a celebration of all nationalities.
Yeah, that happens here in Winnipeg for 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of August. And we went to the Belgian pavilion last Saturday, pardon me. And my brother-in-law bought me a kokanee.
Oh, yes.
And I have one simple... I probably would have yelled at him, but I have 2 simple rules when people offer me a beer. If it's free and if it's cold, then I will not complain. And so
Generally, that is the practice, yes. I do have to question, though, do they have a Canadian pavilion yet?
Well, they have a French-Canadian pavilion.
Close enough. We'll accept that for, legality purposes. Jeez. So we do have some mentions first. Of course, the passing of Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, Jerry Lewis, the nutty professor, who, I don't know, my dad went off and he was watching some stuff of his on YouTube. It was just absolutely cracking up. I mean, if you guys don't know who Jerry Lewis is, this guy was a comedic genius for several decades, and his contributions, not just to comedy and to movies and to television, but to just everything that he went off and did, are absolutely phenomenal. And I mean, we're talking about a guy who, was on the level of like Robin Williams or Jonathan Winters or Jim Carrey to a certain degree. I hate to even mention Jim Carrey in the same, breath as Jonathan Winters, Robin Williams and Jerry Lewis. But I mean,
they're all comedians. They all make me laugh, and that's all that matters.
But I mean,
they're all unique in their own special ways.
I feel bad because I didn't think he was still alive. But I mean, he's been out of the public eye for so long. But I mean, he was one of those guys that is just. I mean, he was a good guy. I guess.
Absolutely.
And, he will be missed. So.
Yes. So that's it for the start of our show.
That's the bit of the start of the show. Also, shout out. I know he's one of our loyal listeners. Best, all the best health to Nature Boy Ric Flair, who is recovering.
Definitely one of our best listeners.
One of our best listeners, absolutely. No, he never listens to our show, but he had some serious medical issues last week.
But he's out of his coma.
He's out of his coma. He seems to be doing better. All the best to him, and speedy recovery. I don't know. This is...
Now on to the special part of the show.
Now on to the special part of the show, and here's that voice again.
Let's not do the voice. The voice is loud. And only I'm the loud one.
I'm naturally loud, so it doesn't help.
We're both naturally something.
I don't know. I don't think either of us are natural, but that's just...
Well, that's besides the point. So... We actually have 3 topics tonight.
We have a couple of
So
topics.
now we have to cram through them.
Well,
we talk too much. So the first one is, of course, the... not Han Solo. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Standalone movie. There was actually a post out there asking, talking about it, asking people what they thought the villain should be.
Well, what it was is that there was another podcast that went on and made mention of it. And I'm just going to quickly...
We like listening to other podcasts. They are awesome. I would definitely recommend checking out some of these other ones who actually follow us.
This was the Via VHS podcast. And they had went off and they had done a show. And I just wanted to... pretty much, and if you want to check them out, I'll check it out. It's at VIA VHS. And so they went off and they had... This is listener's question. Like it or not, we're going to get an Obi-Wan movie. But who should play the villain?
I say Sand People.
And see, this went off and this brought out the geek in me. Because I actually...
It really doesn't take much to bring out the geek in us.
Well...
You just have to say the word geek.
Geek. Geek butter? No,
geek
seriously.
butter. Okay.
Geek...
No, just continue with the storyline.
Okay. So, there is a character, and of course it's no longer canon anymore, but
Nothing is canon, but that doesn't mean they won't do it.
Okay, shut up. Let me talk. Don't make me stuff a cookie in your face.
Ooh, cookie.
Yeah, okay. So,
it's not metaphor for something else.
I certainly hope not. But there was a comic book series that was put out by... Star Wars several years ago called Star Wars Legacy. And the main protagonist, or main antagonist, pardon me, and that comic book was a character named Darth Kryat. And
oh my god.
Shut.
With a name like that, he definitely is a villain.
And
he had a really bad past.
Without going too far into the storyline, his real name was Ashard Het. And he was a former Jedi that was a native of Tatooine. And in the story, he goes off and he explains to the main protagonist how he went off and after the fall of the Jedi Order, he returned to Tatooine, returned to the Sith. I mean, not to... Well, he's a Sith. But he returned to the... Sand People, who his parents had lived with. Sand People. And he went off, took on a wife, and took on the lifestyle of those Sand People. And his tribe was going to go off and attack the Lars homestead. Obi-Wan Kenobi stops him. The two of them have a fight. He beats Het and goes off and rips off his mask, which goes off and gets him banished from the tribe, and this goes on to eventually to him becoming the leader of the new Sith Order several centuries later.
Very, very intriguing theory. I do have one important question, though.
What?
How much money did the guy get paid to come up with the name Ashard Het? Because it really doesn't take much thinking.
Well, that's the way it's spelled.
But it's like one letter away from a sharp hat.
But I mean, so that's who I think. I mean, I think it's an ideal story. I mean, you brought up the fact that it really should have something to do with the Tusken Riders.
Yes,
Raiders.
Well, it's pretty much a no-brainer that that's the direction they would have to go.
Well, not necessarily.